Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special edition of UFO Mind's Eye with my special guest host.
Hey everybody, welcome to Drizzleland, Drizzle's channel. He wants me to help him out today on an episode of Mind's Eye. I think you've done 2 episodes already? Or 2
yes,
or 3.
and I actually apologize. Episode 1, unfortunately, was accidentally deleted off my phone somehow. So I will have to redo that episode, you guys. But episode 2 is still around. You can still watch it. So what I want to talk about in this episode is how basically people want you to think that UFOs are air balloons or dirigibles or, for God's sakes, helicopters, which make no sense.
Or just like lights in the sky, just
yeah,
like an airplane or well, not a spaceship, because if they thought that, but it's I don't know. I've seen stuff in the sky I thought was maybe a UFO.
And I guess what I want to accomplish with this video is, with other people as well, is if you've had experiences, if you've seen weird stuff, don't be shy to just post in the comments below and say, yeah, I've had things happen, I've seen things. It's crazy, So let's talk about 1992. Phoenix, Arizona, the Arizona Lights, one of the largest UFO sightings in UFO history evidence. And they made fun of the people who basically saw it. Now, my concern with that is you're making fun of people who live in your own state. Even the governor of Arizona, who almost became vice president for New Romney, or what was his name?
I have no idea, dude.
Well, the guy that was running for president when Obama was running.
Oh God, Obama was running for president. John Kerry?
That might have been it.
Maybe, no. I think I'm wrong, but...
But anyways, this guy back then was the governor of Arizona. He basically even called the airports, the naval bases, the army, basically saying what he saw, because he saw it himself. And basically he was told, none of your business, you're not allowed to go talk to your city, your state about it, and if you do, then we're basically going to make sure you get out of office. But what he did was, he said, no, that's not going to happen, not going to float. So he started raising enough money so where he actually took this case to the federal government, and he actually went to court. So basically people would have the rights to basically talk about it wherever, online, or, so that they wouldn't basically get banned. I think that people who do that show guts, courage.
Yeah, definitely.
We should commend those people for what they do in the field. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about was also 2009 there was another sighting that happened in Houston, Texas, actually during a baseball game for the Astros. This was a late game. And people in the stands were pointing up saying, what's that? Like, they thought it was fireworks or something like that. No, there was over 200 people that saw it. So
what did when people, how did they respond to that? They probably just said, oh, it's nothing. It's,
the papers were trying to misprint it and come up with solutions, and same thing with military. They still have not discovered what it was or anything like that. My personal opinion is, hello, it's a UFO. Dart.
And if that many people saw it, then no, they can't say they're all crazy, because so I don't know.
I think that people need to learn to have an open mind.
But that's a problem for a lot of people, because they just will not do that. But they should. You're right. And
I don't want to get into politics or anything like this in
this
video, because
that's not a good place to go.
So we're going to stay clear of that. But the one thing I am going to talk about is what people should believe, and that is that they've proven that there's planets now in our solar system that were never discovered before that have proof that there was life on them at some point in time. They've taken samples from the planets. There was running water. Hello.
Was this on Mars or just any like a other
several
other
other planets? Yeah. The only thing that bothers me are the people that say that Pluto is not a planet.
Yeah, I know. I've heard that for years.
That's
so
just
stupid.
Asinine. Like, seriously. Okay.
They're just repeating what they've heard other people say. It just gets around.
Basically.
That's stupid.
What I also want to accomplish in this video is don't be ashamed of who you are and what you believe in. You have a right to believe in what you believe in, and you have a right to believe in the Men in Black. That's another subject I'm going to talk about.
Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones?
Well, that's the comedy version of it. But there is real footage online, you guys, surveillance footage of these guys walking into hotel rooms and bullying people to find out information about crashed UFOs. This has been going on since 1955. They're still out there because they're still stalking people. Just like, I hate to say this, but there might be a UFO person out there right now who's probably eating his bacon bits and Taco Bell watching surveillance footage, possibly
I wouldn't doubt
hotels.
it. Yeah.
So I guess with this, all I'm going to say is don't be ashamed of who you are. The Men in Black are real. I don't care what the FBI says or whatever. I think that they're just getting big payoff checks, basically.
Do they know a lot about the alien stuff?
Oh God, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, here's the thing, you guys. The FBI and the CIA have been involved with NASA since the beginning. They were even paid to keep some of these secrets from us. It's even in one of their contracts that they sign when they work for basically those agencies. It states you are not allowed to talk about this. If you are, then we will kill you. That's
crazy.
Yeah, that policy has been in effect since 1952.
But why, like on YouTube, people can get away with so many cool things, like tell information and stuff. I'm just curious, and I don't want them to do this, but why don't they just crack down on YouTube videos and just try and take them down about things like we're discussing?
Well, here's my theory with that. I think it's because those people who are in charge of those agencies or involved in them, I feel like they're just laughing at us.
Maybe they don't care that people talk about it.
They think this is funny, basically.
Oh,
they're like,
gotcha.
they're talking about it, but they can't do anything about it.
Maybe that's what they want. They want people to talk about it.
Yeah, and I think that's a shame, because you're not only lying to the American public for all of these years. I mean, we're talking almost 50 years by now.
Had there been aliens before that?
Oh God, yes.
But they never really talked about it.
Oh no.
Because people didn't really know what it was, probably.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what I want to talk about, because I know that there's a lot of Bible people out there who follow the Old Testament and things like that. Okay, there's parts of the Bible, you guys, that aren't even in the new version because they were too controversial. That stuff where people actually talk about things coming from the sky and taking people away and things like that.
So it's in the Bible, even?
Yes. And that's what I don't understand.
So
like, people
crazy.
think that that's angels and stuff, and that's
Yeah.
like, no, dummies, think about it. Stop drinking the Hennessy or whatever you're doing.
But I guess if people don't believe in them, that's their right. But it's a shame that aliens are always portrayed in movies as like bad and
And here's my theory is, okay, if we had all these ancient societies that dated back thousands of years before we even became who we are now, how did we even get to that point? You can't tell me that we just smashed rocks together and lit fire and all of a sudden we have microwaves and computers and laptops and Android devices and iPhones. And it's like, no, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, look at all the technology we have now. I think they helped create some of that.
Oh God, yes.
Probably, yeah.
I even believe that they had something to do with the pyramids, with Stonehenge,
Mm.
which all of these artifacts, all these temples around the world, yes. No way do I believe that some villager and 50 of his friends just started stacking up rocks
Mm.
and mounting them with clay and mud and calling it a pyramid. No, they had help at some point.
I mean, look at
And-
like the, you know, what's that, Stonehenge and stuff like that, like the Great Wall.
Machu Picchu.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that stuff cannot really be built by people. That you think? I mean, maybe it could, but it would take years and years. I think aliens had something to do with
Yeah.
helping that out.
And the Anunnaki, you guys. If you don't know who the Anunnaki is, look them up.
For the pyramids.
Yeah, the Egyptians too. All of these earlier tribes had some connection to Atlantis. That's what I think, because I think that that's where their ancestors came from. And
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
I think how Atlantis was destroyed, and I don't care what these history buffs think because I don't agree with them. I think that there was some type of a massive explosion, something that they invented that they were using to try to further their education as far as the human race. I think that they did something wrong and they blew themselves up. I don't believe in the whole the city was sunk and all this stuff because of like the prostitution and all the other stuff, which is made up because there's no physical evidence that these guys were like, you know, bad by any means. I think that they educated a lot of people on how to survive without our technology we have now. So I mean, and then you look at the Greeks and the Romans and some of the gods that they believed in. When you look close, these gods are not human. They have bird heads, cheetah heads, animal heads, basically. They're half human and animal. And like Medusa, for example.
Yeah.
Like, how does the woman magically have snakes as hair? Who
Because
came
she's
up
not all woman. Like
Yeah.
you said, they're half and half.
So, I definitely think that mankind has had help throughout history. And there's lots of good books out there you guys
Oh,
can
yeah.
check out. There's
Maybe you
even-
could get some books at the library sometime and
Yeah.
show like that one video you did with.
And the other thing I wanted to say real fast is if you have crystals, you guys, that will help your life because crystals are made for meditation. They're made to communicate with your ancestors and your elders. Now, I know some people, they put flowers on graves and they talk to the relatives and things like that, and that's fine. And
If that helps them feel better, you know.
that's good.
Yeah.
But another way that you can do that at home, just light a bit of incense, cross your legs, sit in the middle of a room, just go to your Zen place, get some crystals right in front of you, and you can talk to those people. You can communicate with those people and learn from them. And that's what the Native Americans did, the Aztecs.
Yeah.
The movie that we just saw recently,
Lost City of
yes,
Z. Yeah, that was a great movie.
That movie is very similar to what I'm talking about right now with all the different tribes around the world. These people all believe something. It didn't matter. I mean, some of these rulers ruled for thousands of years, which makes no sense because it's like, how can you live for 1,000 years and be a man? Like,
Right.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. So,
by the way, that movie's coming out soon. I might
it
just
is.
buy it. Yeah.
That movie is awesome, you guys. If you've never
Lost
watched
City
it,
of Z.
yeah, it's definitely worth it. So.
And the Robert Pattinson
Yeah.
from Twilight, man, I have more respect for him now. He's nothing like that character in Twilight. So it's pretty
In the
cool.
Travis Walton story, you guys.
Oh, Fire in the Sky.
Fire in the Sky.
Great, that's a great movie
That's a great
as well.
movie. You guys should
Yes.
watch it if you guys are into UFOs and stuff.
They took it off Netflix. It used to be on there, I think.
We all-
Unless they edited it back.
We all know why.
Yeah. Oh.
They're
Yeah.
pro Disney and stuff. So.
I really don't even watch Netflix. I know we're getting off topic, but I'm
Yeah.
back on Hulu pretty much.
Ancient Aliens, another good show if you guys want to check
My
it
parents
out.
love that show.
Yeah. So yeah, I
But
guess,
other YouTube videos too, they can find all
Yeah.
sorts of stuff on
yeah,
aliens.
you can find just about anything really.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to give an opportunity and have a guest on the show and see what his opinion is and what his belief system is about whether we have life on other
Mhm.
planets and galaxies. I've always believed that since I was like 10 years old.
Mm.
So I mean, I used to see UFOs in my backyard, guys, like 1, 2, 3 in the morning, and my parents would say, "Come out, see it. It's right here."
We should do a video, our next video, on your experiences with UFC and UFOs and stuff.
Well, I have a
It's
lot of
interesting.
them actually. The last one I had was 2012, and
Why don't we just do another video on that? That way
Yeah.
they can. This has been Drizzle's sorry, Mind's. What is it? Mind's Eye. UFO Mind's Eye
UFO
show.
Mind's Eye episode 3.
Oh, I really butchered that for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh.
We have a good video. We got good subject and good topic.
Yeah.
So people will enjoy it. So.
Well, give this video a thumbs up for Drizzle and subscribe if you like what he's doing, and you can end it. It's your
And
page, Drizzle.
I'm gonna say this one thing: believe, trust, and understand that we need to change our planet and respect it, because we are all God's children in this universe, and we need to get along and understand one another. That's all I'm gonna end it with, is just respect each other. So, and peace and much love.